Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University, virtually, of course. And thanks for joining us tonight on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network for tonight's Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference matchup between the visiting Franklin Grizzlies and your Mount St. Joseph Lions. This time we're meeting our starting lineups. We apologize. We had a little bit of a pregame show and an interview with Coach Kerrigan scheduled, and it was a little bit of technical difficulties trying to get that thing rolling tonight. We apologize. We are at the mercy of technology at times here trying to broadcast these games. We can meet our starting lineups for the evening. First for Franklin College, we have starting at guard, a 6'1" junior from Versailles, Indiana, Cody Samples. Starting at forward, number 20, Jesse Fairs, a 6'6" freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana, Ben Davis High School. Starting at guard, the point guard, a junior, number 24, Ryan Bostic from Indianapolis, Decatur Central High School. Starting at the other forward, number 33, Jesse Morgan III, a 6'4" sophomore from South Bend, Indiana. And at guard, number 4, Braden Flanagan, a 5'11" junior from Olney, Illinois. And now let's meet your starting lineups. The point guard, number 3, Willard Cluxton out of Cincinnati Elder High School. Joining him in the backcourt will be Jack Kohler, a six-year senior from CHCA High School. Dylan Hammonds will start. He is from Grant County High School. Jason Lavender will start at the other guard's position, and then big Luke Collinsworth once again starts in the post. Again, these teams come in tied for fourth in the HCAC. Both teams riding a two-game winning streak. Should be an interesting ball game here from the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network in the Harrington Center. Thanks again for joining us. We have the tip. It is Morgan III and Collinsworth to tip it. Collinsworth gets the finger on it. Hammonds comes down with the opening tip-off, and we are underway here from the Harrington Center. Lions work right to left on your screen. Collinsworth with the ball, left elbow. Gets it over. Kohler gets it eventually. Ball is knocked away from Jack. We're going to have a foul on Jack Kohler in the open floor. His first, obviously. Team's first. Tough turnover there early if you're the Lions. This will be Fairs to inbound it. Gets it into the backcourt for Bostic. Franklin moving left to right on your screen. Little dribble handoff there. Bostic gets it in the paint. Gets it back to Morgan III working on Collinsworth. Tries to go for the backdoor pass to Fairs. Turned over. First turnover of the game for the Grizzlies. Lions come the other way. This is Lavender looking for Hammonds in the post. Unable to get it to him. Oh, nice high pass there. Hammonds has it in a tough spot. Gets bailed out a little bit with the foul call. We will take it as Lions fans. Foul is on number 4, Braden Flanagan. His first, team's first. Inbound pass goes to Collinsworth. Dribble handoff with Lavender to Hammonds. Tries to force it to Kohler. Off the foot. It's going to stay with the Lions. Coach Kerrigan is not really happy with the effort of getting those passes to Jack. That's the second one that's been knocked away. Almost turned into a bucket for Franklin. Lions have just 12 seconds on the shot clock to try to get this thing up and in. Taking the full 94-foot Willard around the screen from Luke. Unable to connect the pass. Hammond's going to have to chuck it. Gets the rim. Stays in. Rebound goes down to Morgan. Franklin making things very difficult on the Lions thus far. This is Bostic. Off the Samples to Fairs. To Flanagan. Flanagan around a screen from Morgan III. Pulls the three and bangs it in. Nice easy offense there for Franklin. We have our first field goal of the ball game. Another almost knocked away pass there for Franklin. They are definitely getting out in the passing lanes. Hammonds has it knocked away from Collinsworth from straight away. Bang! Luke Collinsworth with the three. Ties it up. Good job from Hammonds there to slow it down and not rush getting that thing out of that double team in the post. This is Bostic now. Once again, go to that high ball screen. Bostic trying to work on Cluxton. Cluxton with a good defensive effort. Bostic lays it up with the left hand and misses. Collinsworth comes down with his second rebound of the ball game. Collinsworth now the other way, gets it to Lavender. Lavender trying to work at the Hammonds, and he turns it over. It's a nice steal there by Flanagan. They go quick to Morgan the third, who lays it up with the left hand, misses. Collinsworth gets the rebound, has it knocked away from him, stays in bounds. Officials are definitely letting him play early here. Nice early entry pass, and Hammond just has it glance off his hands and go out of bounds. Have our first sub of the game. This will be Malachi Archie, 6-foot junior guard out of Indianapolis, Indiana, Park Tudor High School. He's a Wittenberg transfer. Bostic brings it up against no pressure. Lions in their man-to-man defense. Morgan the third gets it off to Flanagan. This is Bostic. Rips, goes around the ball screen. Left-handed jump shot, misses long. Hammonds gets the rebound and gets fouled. Dillon continues to be very good at going to that glass. Quick update on the women's game in the second quarter. Lions lead 39-26. Morgan Jenkins with 14 already in that ball game. Cluxton brings it up for the Lions. Collinsworth at the elbow. Dribble handoff with Kohler. Gets it off to Lavender, to Hammonds. There we go. Luke on the post. Catches it a little bit further away from the basket than he had been. Goes to that right jump hook. Misses it. Franklin comes the other way quickly. This is Flanagan. Around a screen from Deere, who is checked in. Stops, pops, bangs it in. Nice offense there from Flanagan. This is Cluxton now. Around a screen from Collinsworth. Lions working to get it into the big fella. Being guarded by Deere. Gets it off to Hammonds. Hammonds fakes the pass. Gets it to Cluxton. Resets to Collinsworth. Has it taken away from him. On the floor. Picks it back up. Luke up, and he's fouled. Franklin coach is not happy with that call. That foul will go against Bostic. His first, team's third. 16:03 to play. Collinsworth is at the line. Misses the first. Collinsworth, Lions leading scorer, top three scorer in the HCAC, averaging 21.4 coming into the ball game. A 74% free throw shooter coming into the game. Makes the second. Draws the Lions within one. Lions on a little bit of press here. Don't know, that press is not really designed to turn over, Franklin. It's designed for the Lions to slow down the offense a little bit. I think they're getting into a little bit of a zone defense here. Yeah, a little zone. As Flanagan pulls from the left elbow, bangs it in. Braden Flanagan really shoots it. Flanagan shooting 43% on the year from three. Little flop there, trying to draw the offensive foul on Collinsworth. He comes up short on another layup. This is Archie. Gets into the paint on Hammonds, lays it up the left hand, misses. Collinsworth down with his third board of the ball game. Lions got to find a way to get a bucket. Our next stoppage will be the first media timeout of the game. We're going to have a foul here. It's going to be on Archie. It's the fourth foul on Franklin. This takes us to our under 16 media timeout. We'll be right back on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, we are coming out of the break here. Same 5 on the floor for the Lions. Franklin already with 4 team fouls. Lions just a couple away from shooting free throws the rest of the way. With the struggles they've had on offense here in the first 4 minutes plus, that could help. Cluxton gets it into Collinsworth. Lavender to Hammonds. Nice back cut by Jack. Lays it up and in. Nice pass by Dylan. Nice layup by Jack. It's a really good cut. Jack did a good job of fending off Deere at the top there. This is a new player in for Franklin. That's number 15, Jack Hendricks, who's checked in for the first time. Hendricks goes baseline around Lavender, tries to lay it up. Misses. Ball goes out of bounds off of Deere. That'll be a team rebound for the Lions. Still on milestone watch in the women's game at Franklin with just 1:19 left in the first half. Chloe Jansen is 2 points away from her 1,000th point in her career. Jesse Ferris checks back in for Franklin. We go a little bit bigger here to do the Grizzlies. Cluxton to Hammonds in the corner. Hammonds thought about a 3. Gets it back to Cluxton. Cluxton in the corner. Dylan has a little bit of a mismatch there. Lays it up, misses short. And Woodson comes down with the board. He is checked in for the first time. Working on Cluxton now is Woodson. This is Fairs. Gets it to Deere, top of the key. Franklin runs very similar offensive sets to the Princeton you're used to seeing with the Lions. Woodson looking for Fairs on the backdoor cut. Doesn't get it there. Oh, Deere with the big fundamental Tim Duncan type shot. High off the glass. Nice play there by Jacob Deere. Like to see a big guy that is willing to shoot that. It's his first bucket of the ball game. Collinsworth gets it to Hammonds, dips in. Collinsworth with a right-handed floater. Up and in. The big fella starting to get going a little bit now. Give him 6. Franklin works the other way, working around the top of the key as we're so used to seeing the Mountain Dew to get into their Princeton stuff. This is Ferris, pulls the 3, misses, rims out. Lavender down with the rebound. Lions go the other way. Cluxton gets it off to Hammonds, who gets it to Lavender. Again looking for Luke in the post. We're going to have a foul, I believe, on Deere. Coach Hamilton for Franklin wants an explanation. One of the officials having a conversation with Collinsworth and Deere in that stoppage. Lions get it into Luke. Hammonds to Lavender. Nice job by Ferris to jump in front of that ball handoff. Lavender pulls. Misses right. Deere comes down with the board. This is Bostic back into the game. Gets it off to Archie. Franklin will reset a little bit. Deere in the high post. This is Woodson working on Lavender. Lavender definitely has a size advantage on Woodson. Very good job by Jason to stay straight up and down and force a difficult shot by Woodson. Misses. Willard gets it into Hammonds, who gets his defender up in the air. Does a good job of resetting. Lions a little bit out of sorts here. We still have plenty of time on the shot clock. Luke gets it off to Jack. Around a screen from Luke. Back to Luke. Bang! Luke Collinsworth for 3. Give the big fella 9. And the Lions have their first lead of the ball game. This is Bostic. Gets it into Archie. Archie goes baseline. We're going to have a bump foul on Jack. It's a good call. He put 2 hands. Jack now has 2 fouls. Wholesale subs for Franklin. We'll give you their entire new lineup here in just a second as Matthew Menninger checks in for Mount St. Joseph. For Franklin, the only player to remain on the floor is Bostic. Joining him is Samples, Flanagan, Cooper Matthews in the game for the first time, and Jesse Morgan the third. Cluxton does a good job of poking that away from Bostic. Bostic does a good job to shield Cluxton and just let it go out of bounds. Franklin will reset. This is Morgan. Gives it off to Flanagan, being chased by Menninger. Bostic thinks about the shot. Tries to take Willard into the bucket. That's Matthews, gets it off to Flanagan, and Flanagan drills the three. Braden Flanagan shoots the heck out of the basketball. It's a pretty shot, ladies and gentlemen. Lions trail again. 13-11. Menninger. Quick pass back to Luke. Luke with the handoff to Hammonds. Back to Luke. Luke with a heat check three. Misses it long. Franklin comes down with the board. Not a great shot from Luke there. This is Morgan working on Collinsworth in the high post. Bostic with the left-handed floater. Really nice shot by Bostic. That was an old school play. Lions now trail by 4. Got to find a way to get a bucket. Manager does a good job to not force that pass to Hammonds. Nice job by Willard. Willard back to Dillon. Dillon head fake. Gets it to Lavender. Lavender, nice pass underneath the Menninger. Lays it up and in. That was great passing by the Lions. Thought they might have made one too many, but it worked out. Morgan sets it up. Flanagan to Matthews. This is Morgan. Gets it back to Samples. Samples working on Lavender. Goes up, lays it up, and in. Jason did a really good job on the last one to stay on his feet. That's what Coach Kerrigan's telling him now. He's got to stay on his feet. This will be our second media timeout. Franklin leads 17-13 with 10:31 to play here on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, as we come back from this timeout, it's halftime in Franklin as the Lions have a 20-point lead on the women's side tonight. 45-25 at the halftime break. The Mount 45, Franklin 25. The Lions shooting 19 of 41 from the field, 46%, holding Franklin to just 28% so far in the game. Lions 5 of 13 from deep, 38.5%. Franklin 0 for 6, yet to hit a three-pointer. Franklin's still relatively close because they're 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Lions have only taken 2. Mount is out rebounding Franklin 26-19 in that ball game. We will keep you up to date as much as we can as Samples goes to the line to try to convert the old school three-point play, and he does. Lions now trail by 5. Got to get a bucket here. Franklin in a little bit of a zone now, something you don't see much out of the Grizzlies. Lions got to figure this thing out relatively quickly. It's tough to run the Princeton against the zone. Cluxton into Hammonds in the high post, goes over the top to Luke. Luke head fakes, has it knocked away. Tries to go again. Cluxton to Menninger. Menninger goes baseline, right-handed floater, off the rim, up, misses. Collinsworth tips it up, misses. Menninger comes down with the board. Lions will reset the offense. Lavender goes in, right-handed floater. He misses. Lions almost come down with another offensive board, but it ends up in the hands of Bostic for Franklin. They go quickly. This is Samples from 3. Misses it short. Collinsworth with the rebound. Under 10 to play now here in the first half. Menninger around the screen. Lions trying to figure out what to do with this zone as Coach Kerrigan barks out orders. Menninger around a screen from Collinsworth to Cluxton. Cluxton with a tough pass into Hammonds. Hammonds finds a way to get it. Back to Menninger. Collinsworth on the block. Rolls baseline. Has it tried to take away from him to Samples, and he gets fouled. Collinsworth will go to the line to shoot a pair. Collinsworth, not as efficient in this first half as he has been. Only 3 of 7. Hasn't had many great looks at it. Does already have 6 rebounds. Makes the front end. This Coach Goodwin, Toby's assistant coach, is barking out some defensive orders. Collinsworth makes the second. Kratzer will check in as Collinsworth takes his first breather of the first half. Nate Kratzer, out of Georgetown High School in Georgetown, Ohio. Bostic takes Cluxton straight to the front rim, misses. Willard comes down with the rebound. A little bit of an off-balance shot by Bostic. They try to go quickly to the Lions. Franklin does a good job of making the Lions pull it out and start over. Kratzer out to Lavender. Lavender back to the top of the key to Cluxton. 15 on the shot clock. To Cluxton to Lavender, around a screen from Kratzer. Into the middle there. Nice job by Jason to stay with that thing. Had it knocked away from him, picks it up, and then makes the mid-range jump shot. This is Bostic again. Gets it off to Matthews, who dribbles around the top. It's now in the hands of Morgan. Dribble handoff with Samples. Samples, oh, that's a tough call on Jason. It's a really tough call on Jason Lavender there. He was in decent defensive position. It looked like the offensive player initiated that contact. It's his second, so now the Lions have a pair of, only 2 players have committed fouls, but they've both committed 2. Samples makes the first as Archie checks in. Matthews takes a seat. Josh Matei checks in for the first time for the Lions as Lavender is forced to the bench with those 2 fouls. Hendricks is waiting to come in for Franklin, and he will now that Samples makes the second shot. Cluxton brings the ball up. Franklin back into their man-to-man. Batey has it. Gets it off to Menninger. Menninger to Cluxton. Cluxton to Kratzer. Cluxton thinks about the 3. Nice pass to Nate. Gets in a tough spot. Nate does a good job of flipping it out. Lions late shot clock here. Hammonds will have to go to work. Goes to the left-handed floater, misses. Hendricks comes down with the board. The Lions got really out of sorts there after the errant pass from Cluxton to Kratzer. Franklin working. This is Archie to Morgan. Morgan goes to that dribble handoff. This is Hendricks around a screen. Nice quick travel. Yeah, good call. Matt came down awkwardly on that right leg. We have our under 8 media timeout, I believe. Yeah. It was a good call on the travel. I thought they were going to get Matt on a foul, but they did call the travel. So headed to our under 8 media timeout. Mount St. Joseph trails 20-17 with 7:24 to play here on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, coming out of this timeout on the floor for the Lions is Batey, Menninger, Cluxton, Kratzer, and Hammonds. And for Franklin, it remains Morgan, Archie, Braden Flanagan checked back in, Jesse Hendricks, and Ryan Bostic. Cluxton brings it up. This is Menninger. Gets it to Hammonds, top of the key. Being guarded by Archie. Franklin back in their man-to-man. Menninger to Kratzer. Kratzer dribble handoff with Cluxton. Gets it to Hammonds. Hammonds is going to have to go. We're going to have a hold on Morgan. Called away from the ball. That's his second, team 7th. Kratzer, I believe, will shoot a 1-and-1 here as Jacob Deere checks back in for Jesse Morgan III. Deere with one foul also entering this ball game. Kratzer misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Line's just 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Bostic to Hendricks to Deere. Gets it back off to Bostic around a tight curled screen. Uses his body to push off of Kratzer. Deere gets it to Bostic, who bangs in the 3 as Cluxton goes down. It's a big 3 there from Bostic to push the lead to 6 with 6:23 to go. Bate has it. Bate gets it out to Menninger. Lions having trouble catching the basketball tonight on passes. Nice backdoor pass. Menninger almost gets it up for the 3-point play. He'll go to the line. That's a foul on Bostic. It's his second. Team's 8th. Sends Menninger to the line. Menninger just a 57% free throw shooter on the season. And misses the first. Makes Matthew 8 of 15 from the free throw line on the season. Makes the second. Coach Hamilton will lead Bostic in those 2 fouls on the floor. Archie to Hendricks to Deere at the elbow. Goes to Hendricks. Believe that ball should go back to the Lions. Coach Kerrigan wants some help for the official. That definitely looked like it hit off of Hendricks before it went out of bounds. Cooper Matthews checks back in as Bostic now takes a seat. This is Deere in the post, being guarded by Kratzer. Goes to work, lays it up with the right hand, misses. Kratzer with the board. Bate gets it. Hammonds had a quick seal. Lions unable to get it to him. Being guarded by the smaller player. They are unable to find Dillon. Lions have to reset it. Bate tries to go all the way to the glass, lays it up and in. Nice play there by Josh. We got a timeout by Franklin with 5:29 here to play in a 3-point ball game. We'll be right back on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. That was just a 30-second timeout. At halftime of today's ballgame, we'll play an interview from earlier today that I did with Lions' new head men's soccer coach, Anthony Clark. Talk a little bit about his philosophy and his journey to this job. It's his first head coaching job at the collegiate level. Came to the Mount from most recently Detroit Mercy, a D1 program, obviously in Detroit, Michigan. Pretty excited to have Coach Clark here on board. Excited to bring you that interview at halftime. Franklin inbounds the ball up by 3. Have a little bit of foul trouble as Bostic and Morgan, 2 starters, both have 2 fouls. Hendricks around a screen from Deere, pulls up from the deep, straight away, 2-point land. Not a great shot. Misses it. Lions come down with the board. Luke Collinsworth checked back in at that last break. Lions are going to work through the big fella here. Collinsworth tries to go baseline, turns it over, trying to get a pass cross court. Franklin comes quickly. This is Archie. Archie straight to the lane, lays it up and in. Push them back up 5, just under 5 minutes to play here. Collinsworth at the elbow. Around a screen from Cluxton, lays it up and in. Nice pass. Nice move by the big fella to get that thing up. Give Luke 13 to go along with his 6 rebounds. Deere, top of the key. Franklin works around. That'll be a foul on Archie. Runs through Collinsworth on the cut. That'll be Archie's first, I believe. No, his second as well. It's his team ninth, his second. Hendricks takes a seat as Braden Flanagan, 3 for 3 from deep, checks back into the ball game. Collinsworth at the left elbow. Hands it off to Menninger, to Pate, to Hammonds. Gets it into Collinsworth. Lions clear out for the big fella who gets it to Cluxton. Back to Pate. They continue to work through Luke. Pate gets downhill, kicks it out to Cluxton. Collinsworth goes all the way to the left-handed layup, up and in. Lions back to within 1. Give Luke 15. Franklin comes the other way. This is Archie. Back out to Samples. Samples to Deere in the high post. Off to Flanagan in those 3 threes. Flanagan to Archie. Lions switching everything at the top of the key. They will work through Deere, who's being guarded by Collinsworth. Goes to the right-handed floater. Nice shot by Jacob Deere, taking one out of Luke's playbook. That is something Luke has made a living on here in his Lions career, that right-handed floater over the left shoulder. Hammonds has it. Collinsworth works at the Menninger. Could have probably got a foul call on that bump. Did not get it. Collinsworth to Hammonds. Menninger has the smaller man. It's out of bounds off of Menninger's heel. We'll have our under 4-minute media timeout. We'll be right back from Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, we're back here with 3:08 to play in the first half. Mount St. Joseph trails Franklin 27-24, and a pretty good first half. Franklin had a couple of subs at that break, so they go with Archie, Matthews, Morgan back in with the 2 fouls, Fairs back in, and Flanagan, the hot guy from 3, with his 11 points on a perfect 4 of 4 shooting effort. They go straight in to Samples, who lays it up and in, being guarded by Cluxton. Coach Kerrigan barking out orders at Josh Pate on his way up the floor. Hammonds has it, top of the key. Collinsworth has it at the elbow, off to Menninger. Collinsworth does a good job of rolling in. They do a quick double. Hammonds thinks about the 3. Back to Collinsworth from the corner. Misses long. Hammonds with the board. Lions will reset. Collinsworth to Cluxton. Cluxton rips. Tries to go. Pate to Hammonds. Hammonds gets to the baseline. Oh, has it taken away. Nice play by Willard. Fairs gets it though. There's going to be a foul on Menninger. Really good effort play by Willard Cluxton. Menninger blocked that before he got the elbow. Coach Kerrigan not thrilled with the call. 2:04 to play. Fairs will go to the free throw line for a pair. Misses the first. Fairs a 68% free throw shooter on the year. 2:04 to play. Makes the second. Lions now trail by 6. Big difference in this ball game. Franklin shooting 50% from the field and 67% from 3. Lions just 33% from 3. They're missing Jack Kohler with those 2 fouls. Menninger has it taken away and gets fouled, or gives up a foul. Kohler's going to have to check back in for Menninger. Matt's not having a great first half. Good thing for the Lions there. They had a foul to give, so we know free throws for Franklin. Lions' 6th team foul. Kratzer checks back in. Have a little bit of trouble with the shot clock. Samples inbounds the Fair, gets it. Well, it's going to get it back. Fair's going to try to go to work on Kratzer. Left-handed dribble. Lays it up with that left hand and misses. Good defense by Nate. Cluxton brings it the other way, gets it to Luke. Kohler. Oh, that's a tough call on Nate. That's a really tough call. Foul goes on Nate Kratzer, his first, team 7th. So Franklin gets the ball back, just under a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Samples gets it to Fairs, hands it off to Flanagan to Morgan. This is Samples, they try to get to Flares. Good defense there by Nate. Got there a little late, but Fairs lays it up and in. Lions now trail by 8. Got to find a way to get a bucket here. Coach Kerrigan barks out orders. Franklin back to that zone. Kohler has it, jab step, and turns it over almost. Cluxton almost turns it over himself. Ball finally finds Luke, gets it to Jack. Franklin scrambling. Hammonds will pull the 3. Bang! Dylan Hammonds, big shot there from the freshman. Really big shot at the end of the shot clock. Shot clock and game clock separated by about 7 seconds here to end the first half. This is Archie with it. Gets it off to Flanagan. This is Morgan at the top of the key. Back to Flanagan. Goes to the rim, misses. Morgan does a really good job of following that thing up. Collinsworth had to go over and defend that. We have a timeout here by the Lions with 6.5 seconds to play in the first half. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll remain here and quickly go through these stats in the first half thus far. Lions out-rebounding Franklin 15-10. Lions with 3 offensive boards. Again, the Mount shooting 43% from 3 after that big make by Dylan. 47% from the field. Franklin continues to shoot it at 50% from the field. 66% from the 3. Franklin shooting 80%, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Lions have left a couple points out there, 4 of 7 from the free throw line themselves. Collinsworth leads the way for the Lions with 15.7 rebounds for Franklin. Flanagan leads the way with 11. Finally missed a shot. 4 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from three-point range. Again, we will bring you an interview with new Mount St. Joseph men's soccer coach Anthony Clark at halftime. Lions go to the high post, lays it in. Nice play there by Coach Kerrigan out of the timeout. We're going to pull from about 35 feet. Misses everything, this Flanagan. And we'll head to halftime. Lions trailing by 5. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes. We'll play that interview, and then we'll be back to go over the halftime stats and get you ready for the second half here on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network.
And what we're going to accomplish in the fall.
Anthony, talk to me a little bit about your journey. Originally from Amelia here in the Cincinnati area. You've kind of been a little bit all over the Midwest the last couple years as a player and a coach. Talk to me about your journey just to get to this point.
Yeah, growing up on the east side, growing up in Amelia, I'm very familiar with the Mount, Cincinnati area. Then I went and played at Ohio Northern, graduated from there. Came back to the Cincinnati area, was coaching club in high school and here at West Claremont, which is the old Amelia High School and club for the old director. And then got my first college coaching job back up at Ohio Northern. Was there for 4.5 years. Then was just recently at Detroit Mercy, Division I school up in Michigan. So yeah, been around a little bit, but it's good to be back home and here at the Mount.
Anthony, you talk about coaching at the Division I level last year. How can you take – obviously we all know the difference in the D1, D3 lifestyle, but how can you take what you learned that past year and turn it into making a D3 program run a little bit differently than a lot of D3 programs and make it a little more efficient maybe?
Yeah, there's a high expectation of efficiency and a lot about sport performance and stuff like that as well at the Division I level that I learned a lot. In my time at Detroit that I think I can really utilize here. And the programs are pretty similar. The program at Detroit needed a little bit of love, needed a little bit of fresh light and stuff like that. So having just come off of that kind of experience, I think it's going to prepare me for what I need to do here at Mount.
You obviously growing up around the mountain, you know our league from being in Ohio Northern. You play a lot of the same teams. What's it going to take from this program to start competing for HCAC championships?
Yeah, I think the Heartlands is a tough conference. There's some good teams at the top, but I do think it's a winnable conference. I think we got to come in, we got to do the right things. I always say that the fall season starts in the spring, right after it's over. But we're going to be getting in the weight room. We're going to have a tough, grueling spring season. Hopefully, get in some good recruits and roll the dice here in the fall.
You talked about the recruits. Obviously, everybody that is around any level of college athletics understand that recruiting is the lifeblood of what you try to do as a program. It doesn't matter if you're, Gino Oriema coaching UConn women's basketball. If you don't have the players, it just doesn't translate. When you go out representing MSJ and looking for prospective student athletes to compete for you and wearing the blue and gold, what are you looking for? What's your trigger to find a kid to play here?
Yeah, recruiting is the lifeblood of any program. When I'm going out watching games and watching kids, obviously I want to see somebody who's a good soccer player, who's pretty well-rounded, technical, athletic, but you kind of look for the intangibles. How are they during warm-ups? If they miss a shot or something, what's their reaction? And then I think the whole recruiting process is getting to know somebody. You not only want to bring in a good player, but you want to bring in the right player and the right person that's going to fit in with the culture, get along with the guys, not cause you any headaches outside the field or anything like that. So it's really a two-pronged thing. I want to bring in a good player, but I'm going to make sure I bring in a better person as well.
Obviously, you're relatively new here. This is your first real full week of being on this campus. As you go out and talk to a recruit, what's your pitch? How do you get them? Why the Mount for them? That kind of thing.
I think it's going to be an exciting time to look at the Mount. New coaching staff, new energy, new light on the program. Going to get some new gear and some different stuff like that. But I think it's just a very exciting time. There's tons of potential here. We're going to have a new style of play. We're going to play some different formations. We're going to do whatever it takes to win, because that's what I'm used to. So I think anyone that's looking here at the Mount is looking here at the right time to come in and compete. And we're going to do everything we can to do our best to win some conference championships.
You talked a little bit about a new style, and without getting into your tactics,
Yeah.
I know nobody wants to put those specifically on video. Give us a little bit of an idea of what kind of style. People come out and watch your matches in the fall. What are they in for?
Yeah, I always want to be a possession-style team. We're going to keep the ball. We got to be good enough in tight spaces. We got to be able to keep it, break down our opponents. What exactly that's going to look like, I'll keep that to myself just a little bit, but formation-wise. But we want to keep the ball. If the other team doesn't have the ball, they can't score. So we got to be comfortable with it at the back, in the middle, and at the front, and then find a way to score and find a way to win, whatever it takes.
Anthony, really excited again to have you here. This new light that you're bringing into the program, as you keep saying, is really exciting, man. What is the fall or the spring schedule look like for you guys? Obviously, you're going to come in and try to learn this roster and utilize these guys, figure out what their strengths and weaknesses are to fit into this new system you want to run, right?
Yeah, exactly. This spring is going to be massive, like I said. When guys come back over from break, it's getting them in the weight room. Hopefully they're getting together and playing open fields and building the camaraderie and stuff there. But in terms of what we can do with them, it's going to be massive. We've got more days now at Division III that we can utilize in the off season, which is going to be great. But we're going to hit it hard somewhere around the middle of March and go till about the middle to end of April. We've got our one spring date of competition where we're going to play some outside guys that we haven't played against. I've been talking with Wilmington and Thomas More, so we're going to set up a little tri-series with that. I think it's likely going to be at Thomas More on April 13th, so that'll be a good chance for people to come out and see. And then after that, we're going to have like a inter-squad series, have the guys compete against each other for some bragging rights and some different things. But it's going to be massive to see where we're at, what we might need, and what we have here.
You and I talked a little bit, soccer, especially in this area, and I guess not especially in this area, but in America, the club scene is the where to go. But you talked about how important the high school scene is here in the city of Cincinnati, in the greater Cincinnati area.
Yeah.
Well, where will you, how much club versus high school will you be out watching, trying to recruit kids? That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's going to be a two-pronged thing because there's a lot of talent in the Cincinnati area. There's some really, really good high schools that are good, not only in the area, but are typically nationally ranked and do very well. And same thing for club-wise. So in the fall, when we're busy, I'm going to be trying to get it to as many high school games as I can, watching these kids play. And then obviously when fall season's over and it's winter and spring and in summer, it's all club. And watching the best club teams, I'm pretty fortunate being from this area. I've got a lot of good contacts with all the clubs and high school coaches. So it's just trying to get the best local players here. I've got some contacts everywhere else that we can sprinkle in with some guys that are a little bit further away, but there's tons of talent here in the local Cincinnati area that I can really dive into, and I think that can really help us here at Mount.
Anthony, last question. Someone is out watching this. They see this on the stream today or on when we post on the social media. How do they get a hold of you? If you have a prospective student-athlete that's considering Mount St. Joseph or hasn't considered it until this point and enjoys this interview of you, how can they get a hold of you to start that process?
Yeah, for sure. I would say look on the website. My email's on there. It's clark.anthony@mountstjoe.edu. My cell phone number is 513-404-1085. Feel free to shoot me a text. I'm happy to chat with anyone that's interested and get to know them and see if they're the right fit for what we need to get going moving forward.
Anthony, thank you for your time, man. Good luck this spring season and good luck come the fall.
Thank you so much, Blake. I appreciate it.
All right, big thank you goes out to Anthony Clark for taking that time to do that interview with us today. Look out for that men's soccer team in the fall here at the Mount. Really excited about what Coach Clark is going to bring to the table. Got about 5 minutes left here in the halftime break. We will take another quick break, and then we'll be back with you to provide you with some first half stats and go over what some expectations for the second half of this ball game. All right, we'll be right back from the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, we are back here from the Harrington Center on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. Lions trail by 5 coming out of the halftime break. We have 40 seconds left in that halftime break. We will quickly go through the first half stats. Mount St. Joseph shooting 11 of 22, 50% from the field, 3 of 7, 43% from 3, 4 of 7, just 57% from the free throw line. That's a big stat early in this game. They haven't shot a ton, but you want a higher percentage than that, obviously. And with Menninger missing one, Kratzer missing one, that's really tough. Lions out rebounding Franklin 16-10 here in the first half. The Mountain have 9 assists on their 11 made baskets. And the Princeton offense, that's not a ton, but it is more than Franklin, who has 7 on their 13 made baskets. Lions leading scorer in the first half, Luke Collinsworth with 17 points and 7 rebounds. Quick update on the women's game as well. The women now lead Franklin in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes to play, 64-49. Morgan Jenkins has 20. Carly Mills has 18. Out there on the floor for the Lions currently, it's Cluxton, Lavender, Hammonds, Collinsworth, and Kohler. For Franklin, it is Bostic, Morgan, Flanagan, Fairs, and I believe that is Samples. Yes. Franklin has the ball here to begin the second half. Lions do a good job on that first attempt to score by Franklin. This is Bostic, gets it to Samples in the corner, misses the 3 long. Nice rebound by Fairs, gets it to Bostic, straight away, step in 3, bang. Nice pass by Fairs, nice shot by Bostic. Very tough to defend if you are the Lions. Cluxton brings it back up. Those second chance points. Collinsworth has it top of the key. Dribble handoff with Cluxton. Cluxton to Lavender. Looking to get it into Luke. Unable to. Lions rotate again. That ball was off the foot of Flanagan. Kohler tried to get it to Luke on the elbow. Nice pass there by Flanagan down to Fairs. Working on Hammonds. Goes that left-handed layup. Misses. Another offensive rebound for Franklin. This is Morgan trying to back Luke underneath the bucket. Does. Gets his own rebound, misses, and gets a foul on Luke on the putback. Coach Kerrigan quickly called a timeout. We have not heard a whistle to give him the timeout. Finally got it. Very awkward call there by the official. So we have our first timeout. It is a full timeout. We'll be right back from Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. In that timeout, clearly Coach Kerrigan not happy with the pair, actually 3 offensive rebounds the Lions have already given up here in the second half. Franklin on a quick 5-0 run, opening the lead up to 10. And the Lions have yet to even put up a shot here in the half. Morgan just a 50% free throw shooter on the year, 11 of 22. And he makes it. 11-point lead. Hammonds gets it into Cluxton, being guarded by Samples here. Franklin picking up full court, trying to slow the Lions down. That's a foul in the middle of the court, not called. There's another foul in the middle of the court, not called. Cluxton will reset the offense. Franklin back into that zone. Lions are going to have trouble finding shots in this zone. Cluxton gets it in, nice pass to Collinsworth, lays it up with the right hand, misses. And Samples comes down with the board. Bostic brings it the other way, cross-court pass to Flanagan. Tries to get his feet in and keep him in bounds over there.
really tight. This is Morgan. Franklin working the same offensive sets as the Lions. Bostic, nice pass to Flanagan. Catch, shoot, rims out. Lions do end the possession here with a rebound. Collinsworth comes up limping just a touch. Flanagan gets it into Hammonds. Hammonds working on Fairs. Out to Jack Kohler from straight away. Bang! Jack Kohler! Kohler 7 for his last 7 from 3. Franklin brings it back up. Big shout out goes out to Chloe Jansen, who just eclipsed the 1,000-point mark in her career at Mount St. Joseph. Bostic goes that left-handed floater, misses it short. Collinsworth down with his 8th board of the ball game. Luke laboring just a little bit, getting up and down the floor. Cluxton around a screen from Luke. Pulls the 3, misses long. Hammonds gets the board and is undercut a little bit by Fairs. So that'll be a foul on Fairs. His first, team's first in the second half. Checking in for Franklin. It's Cooper Matthews as Fairs takes a seat. Cluxton looks to get it into Luke. Gets it into Lavender instead. Lavender out to Jack. Jack to Hammonds. Hammonds to Kohler, into Luke. Luke has it almost taken away. Double team Kohler. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Misses. Lavender gets it up. Misses. Good play there by Jack to get it up to the rim. Nice play by Jason Lavender to come down with the rebound and get the foul. Lavender will go to the free throw line for the first time in this ball game. Lavender, a 72% free throw shooter coming into this game. Makes the first. As Malachi Archie checks in for Franklin, Bostic will take a seat. Lavender trying to draw the lines back within 6. Misses. Lions continue to struggle a bit from the free throw line. Archie to Morgan at the top of the key. They work that weave. Morgan sizing up Collinsworth. It's a foul on Dylan Hammonds. It's Hammonds first, team second here in the second half. They do a good job of getting it in there to Morgan. Morgan working against Luke. Gets Luke up in the air. Luke bails out Morgan with the foul. Coach Kerrigan not thrilled. Luke's got to do a better job of staying on his feet on that head fake and forcing Morgan to finish through a little bit of contact or just deterrence. Morgan, again, a 50% free throw shooter. Not tonight. 2 of 2 from the free throw line is Morgan. Organize it up. Misses. Lions bring it back, trailing by 8. Cluxton to the middle of the court, gets it to Lavender. Lavender. Franklin coaches wanted a pair of travels on Jason Lavender, and I think they have a little bit of a beef. Collinsworth turns it over for the Lions. This is Morgan working on Lavender. Quick. Oh, my goodness. How does Morgan a great job. I don't know how these officials have not made a couple of these calls, even the ones going against the Lions. Cluxton to the rim, to Lavender out front. This is Cluxton off to Hammonds. Hammonds will shoot the 3. Bang! Dylan Hammonds answers back. Big shot there by Dylan. It's his second 3 of the ball game. Franklin has a wholesale changes at the table to check in at the next whistle. Flanagan stops, pops,
He can really shoot the basketball, ladies and gentlemen. 9-point game here. Franklin back in that zone. Kind of a 1-2-1, a little bit of matchup principles. Kohler picks up and talks about Lavender from the corner. Misses it. Franklin comes down with the board. Not a bad shot for the Lions, though. Samples coming the other way. My apologies, that was Matthews. This is Samples. Morgan. Off to Samples. Samples will pull the three. Misses it. Kohler with the board. Cluxton brings it the other way. Around a screen from Luke. Splits the defenders. Gets it to Lavender. Lavender to Kohler to Cluxton. Good passing from the Lions, but unable to get a good look at the basket. Dylan Hammonds with a nice little floater from about 8 feet. And I got to get a stop. This is Archie calling the play out for Franklin. And weave to the high post and Morgan. Morgan gets it into Archie. Working on Kohler. Lays it up and in. Nice play by Malachi Archie. Well defended by Jack. Cluxton has it. Working it around the post. Nice job to Hammonds in the high post. Yeah, he's swatted by Archie. Have our first media timeout of the second half. We'll be right back on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, Lions will inbound. Baseline right. As you look at your screen, Cluxton inbound. Kratzer is in now. As Collinsworth takes a seat. Manager's in now as well. I believe Lavender took a seat. There's another foul on Archie. That's his fourth. Team fourth. Cluxton around a screen from Manager. Being ridden by Hendricks. Gets it into Kratzer. Kratzer to Manager. Repost to Kratzer. Kratzer lays it up in. Deere tried to flop that a little bit. Franklin coaching staff not real happy with the effort by Deere. I don't believe they thought he should have flopped there. Hendricks has the top of the key. Gets it to Deere. Nice block by Dylan Hammonds. Fantastic pass by Bostic. Braden Flanagan checks back in. Flanagan, the leading scorer for Franklin tonight with 13. Willard almost had the steal, unable to come up with a good play there by Willard, but knocked it right back to Deere. Bostic, over, steps on the line. Good job by the Lions getting the stop there. A bucket here will be big. Played very good defense there. And we're able to finally get the turnover they needed. Lions have the ball, trailing by 7 with 12:56 to go. Cluxton thinks about the straightaway three, gives it up. Nice entry pass into Nate. Nate gets it to Hammonds. Hammonds is ridden by Fairs. I don't understand. A whole lot of contact defensively here on both ends. It's not being called. I guess you're going to let them play, so neither coach can be upset if they're letting them play. Bostic brings it up for Franklin. Guarded by Cluxton. Deere, elbow extended, tries to go to Bostic on the backdoor pass. Bostic will try to post up Willard. Flanagan, cross court to Bostic. Deere working hard in the post on Kratzer. Bostic around a screen from Deere. Good defense by Willard. But Bostic shoots it, misses off the front iron, comes down with the rebound, then turns it over as Hammonds gets the ball. Cluxton comes the other way. Hammonds has it. Hand off to Menninger. Menninger picks it up in an awkward spot, has to get it to Kratzer, top of the key. Menninger, straightaway three, short. We're going to have a foul called. We're going to have, it was Fairs on the screener. So that's not a shooting foul on Menninger on the three. Fairs tried to push through the screen and got called for the foul. It's his second, team fifth here in the second half. Lions trail by 7 with 11:59 as we head to the under 12 media timeout. We'll be right back on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, Lions have the ball, trailing by 7, in dire need of a bucket here to get this lead to get it to 5 or 4, depending on if it's a 2 or a 3. Cluxton with the pass back to Kratzer, tries to go to Kohler for the 3. Kratzer considers the mid-range jump shot. And Jack finally missed a 3. It's his first miss in quite some time. Franklin comes down with the board. Bostic to Hendricks, around a screen from Deere. Bostic back to, that was Fairs. This is Deere squaring up on Kratzer. Nate, really good defense, and then comes down with the defensive rebound. Great job by Nate. Lions go the other way. We've gotten a couple stops now. Got to find a way to get it in the hole. Nice pass by Willard. Kratzer unable to come down with the pass, but Fairs is out of bounds as he picks it up. So the ball is going to go to the Lions, I believe. We have an injured Franklin Grizzly on the floor. It looks like Deere. Very quiet in here at this point. Deere needs a little bit of help off the floor as Morgan was checking in for him anyway. .18 on the shot clock, Lions ball. Still quiet in the arena. Inbound pass is going to try to go to Hammonds. Just flips it out to Kratzer.
Kratzer gets it off to Jack, back to Kratzer. Menninger with 12 on the clock. Hammonds has it, end of the shot clock. Kratzer at the high post, off to Dillon. Dillon with the three. Ooh, just missed. Nice shot. We're going to have a foul on the tip. Kratzer will go to the line to shoot a pair. Fouls on Morgan. That'll be Morgan's third. If Deere can't get back in this ball game, and that if Morgan were to get into foul trouble, Franklin's in a tough spot. Franklin trying to make a sub there, have to wait till the second free throw. Kratzer will go to the line to shoot a pair as that foul came on the tip. Kratzer misses the first. Lions now 50% from the free throw line in this ball game. Tight ball games, can't miss that many free throws. Samples checks in for Franklin. Kratzer up, makes the second. Cuts it to a 6-point deficit. Bostic will bring it up for Franklin. So we just went final in Franklin. Lions women's basketball team gets another HCAC win. 12-point win on the road at Franklin. Morgan working on Kratzer. Kratzer does another great job defensively, staying straight up. Morgan unable to finish. Lions finish off the possession with the defensive rebound. Cluxton around the screen. Gets it back after a pass to Hammonds. Kratzer to Cluxton. Cluxton thinks about the three. Gets it to Hammonds. Tries to roll it into Kratzer. Knocked out by Samples. Just 11 on the shot clock for the Lions. Nice pass baseline to Matt. Menninger with the right-handed floater, rolls around, touches every part of the rim, and drops. Big shot for Menninger. Lions cut the deficit to just 4. Need another stop. Franklin running the weave at the top of the key. This is Bostic. Looking for Morgan. Gets to Flanagan. To Samples. Morgan. Dribble handoff with Hendricks. Covered well by Menninger. Gets it to Samples in the corner. Samples working on Hammonds. It's going to go down as a turn. It'll be a shot clock violation. Flanagan has to flip it in, try to flip it in from deep. Never got it off, so that goes down as a shot clock violation. Lions get another stop. Hammonds to inbound. Gets it into Cluxton. Don't understand why there wasn't 30 on that shot clock. I guess the turnover was in the backcourt. Cluxton trying to find Kratzer. This is Kohler to Hammonds. Kratzer at the elbow. Kratzer tries to go in. Lays it up. Gets it to go. Good work there by Nate. Didn't get rushed, although the shot clock was going down. But a good job to get it up off the rim and let it fall. Lions back to within 2 with 9 minutes to play. Bostic trying to go to work on Cluxton. Around a screen. All the way to the rim, and he's fouled by Kratzer. Good play by Bostic, the lefty. 8:47 to play. Bostic will go to the line to shoot a pair. Bostic, a 73% free throw shooter on the year. 2 of 2 in this ball game. Misses the first. Ferris checks back in for Franklin. Bostic eyes it up, makes the second. Lions now trail by 3. Cluxton brings it up. Around a screen from Kratzer. Kratzer gets a foul on Ferris. Ferris reaches in there. That is the 7th on Ferris.
Or no, 7th on Franklin. My apologies. I looked at the wrong thing. Give Fairs 3. This is a free throw shooting. And now that you're in the 1-and-1, got to find a way to make these. Score with the clock stopped. That is huge if you are the Mount. And Nate misses the front end. Flanagan comes down with the board. Lions now under 50% from the free throw line. This is Archie with the 4 fouls. Bostic between the circles, right-hand dribble. Gets it off to Archie. Archie working on Hammonds. Malachi Archie's very strong, and he travels before he gets that up. He missed it anyway, but he definitely traveled. Collinsworth will check back in with a game-high 17 points. We'll have a timeout by Franklin, which becomes the floating media timeout here in the second half. We'll be right back on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, we're back on the floor. Currently for Franklin is Archie, Fairs, Flanagan. I believe that is Matthews and Bostic. For the Lions, we have Hammonds, Cluxton, Menninger, Collinsworth, and Kohler. Collinsworth back out there after an extended break. Around the screen goes Cluxton. Collinsworth has the ball. This is Menninger, right elbow, looking to get it into Hammonds. Unable to. Cluxton has it straight away. Around the screen from the big fella. Gets it off to Hammonds. Hammonds with a nice slip. Lays it up and in. Good find by Menninger. Good layup by Hammonds. Lions back to within 1. Good job fighting back here by the Mount over the past 5 or 6 minutes. Bostic gets it to Archie at the elbow. A little bit undersized for the typical elbow position. This is Fairs working on Luke. Kicks it out to Bostic. Good job by Luke to hold up in the post down there. Flanagan will pop and bang it in from 3. Goodness gracious. Braden Flanagan, have a day, young man. Give him 16, 4 of 6 from 3. Hammonds travels and it is not called. And then almost turns it over, doesn't. Lions have a little bit of an advantage as Franklin hits a couple players on the ground. Cluxton gets it off to Menninger. Menninger up top to Luke from straight away. Misses it short. Flanagan down with the rebound for Franklin. Bostic from 3. Misses. Hammonds with the board. I'm surprised Flanagan didn't pull that on the fast break. The way he's shooting the basketball, I would have thought about it. Lions trying to work it into Luke. Don't, but get it to Menninger, top of the key. Around Hammonds. Hammonds with a nice head fake. Gets in a tough spot. Collinsworth thinks about a 3. He's got a big mismatch on Archie here. Got to get it down to him. Cluxton finally does, but Luke is unable to come away with the pass. Bostic goes the other way. Cluxton with the deflection. Ball finds Archie, and he bangs in the 3. That's bad luck. Good defense by Willard. And Franklin has quickly stretched it back out to a 7-point lead with just over 6 minutes to play here in the game.
Collinsworth to Kohler. Kohler thinks about the three. Flanagan does a good job of getting under that screen. Collinsworth at the elbow. Kohler once again thinks about the three, then thinks about the step back three. Manager gets it to Collinsworth. Cross court to Dylan Hammonds. Hammonds, nice little Euro step, lays it up. Narrowly misses out on the three-point play, but he will go to the line to shoot a pair. The foul is on Malachi Archie. That's his fifth. He will foul out of this ball game with 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a pair of turnovers. Pair of subs in for Franklin as Hendricks and Samples come in. Looked like Bostic was going to take a seat, but he stays out there. Hammonds, we need these 2 free throws out of the young freshman. Makes the first. Hammonds now with 11 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block in this ball game. Lions can continue to find their way to the free throw line, then get back in this game with the clock stopped. Good trip there from Dylan. Cuts it back to 5. Morgan III is also checked back in. Hendricks, nice pass down. Oh, that's a really bad call. Jack was straight up and down, and the offensive player created the contact. That's Cooper Matthews. Matthews will shoot a pair, makes it. This is the opposite of what you want for the Lions. You do not want them to be able to score with the clock stopped. Makes them both. Back to a 7-point advantage for the Grizzlies. Lions do a good job. Cluxton does a great job of getting away from the pressure there to get it inbounded. Gets it off to Menninger, to Hammonds. Hammonds into Collinsworth. Collinsworth goes up, narrowly misses out on another 3-point play. Lions have had quite a few of those opportunities to get it in and go to the line. Luke will go to the free throw line, 3 of 4 in the ball game from the free throw line with 17 points. And he's short on the first. Not real happy with himself after that miss. Ferris checks back in. Morgan will take a seat. Collinsworth gets it up and gets it to go. Franklin will take all the time in the world. Trying to get this thing up. This is with a 6-point advantage. Franklin working around the top. This is Ferris at the elbow. Gets it off to Matthews, who gets it to Samples. Ferris baseline, trying to take Luke to the middle. Rolls back over, lays it up with that left hand and misses. Good defense by Collinsworth. Lions have the ball. This is Menninger. Right elbow extended, gets it off to Hammonds. Dribble handoff of Menninger. Knocked away. It's really good defense out top by Samples. Luke, roll baseline. Hammonds chucks up the 3, misses everything. That'll be a shot clock violation. Coach Kerrigan is not happy with the high ball pressure. He thought there should be a couple of fouls called on Samples at the top of the key. This is Matthews. Gets it off to Hendricks, to Ferris. Ferris to Hendricks. Hendricks rips, tries to go baseline, turns it over. Hammonds comes up with the steal. Lions need a bucket in the worst way here in this low-scoring contest. They're scoring almost 93 a game the last 2 games.
Franklin's done a great job defensively. This is Kohler. Kohler, step in, three, misses. Good job to follow his rebound, but Flanagan comes down with the board. Not a great shot from Jack. Off platform, off balance. Fairs gets it to Samples to Hendricks. Hendrickson will trigger the offense. Fairs to Hendricks. Hendricks trying to get into the base, the paint. Fairs to Flanagan, being guarded by Cluxton. Around a screen. Nice backdoor cut, laid up and in with the left hand. Samples pushes it back to 8. Lions need a bucket in the worst way. Hammonds in the post, lays it up the right hand, misses. Lions are just cold here just at the end of the game. Getting good looks, unable to get it to go as we are under 3 minutes to play. Coach Kerrigan barking out for his players to stay in defensive stances. This is Fairs. Gets it out to Samples. Off to Matthews. Stop, pop, misses. Rebound by Hammonds, his 8th. Lions got to go. Can't really slow play this at this point. Kohler gets it to Hammonds to Cluxton. Menninger thinks about the straightaway 3. Tries to get it to Jack in the corner. We're going to have a foul. Kohler will go to the line to shoot a pair. Jack yet to shoot free throws tonight. Lavender will check back in for the Lions. So we have our final media timeout, the under 4 media timeout here. Lions trail by 8 with 2:15 to play on a Mount St. Joseph Sports Network. All right, we're back here. Jason Lavender has checked back in for the Lions. Jack Kohler will go to the line to shoot a pair. The Lions are now in the double bonus. Makes the first. And the second. Bostic is checked back in for Franklin. Got to get a stop here if you are the Lions. This is Flanagan. Young man having a fantastic basketball game. Ball ends up back in Bostic's hand with 12 to play on the shot clock. Around the screen by Morgan. Bostic asking for some help. Ball knocked away by Cluxton. Hauled in by Collinsworth. Lions need a bucket. This is Collinsworth off to Kohler. Looking for Hammonds. Kohler gets it to Hammonds. Lays it up with the left hand and in. Lions cut it back to 4. Another stop here. Need another stop. Lions locking in defensively here. Franklin will take every minute they can off the shot clock, every second they can off the clock. Flanagan thinks about the curl 3 again. Around another screen, shoots the 3, misses it finally. Collinsworth down with the board. We are just over a minute to play here. Lions can cut it to 2 or 1 with a 3. Continue to look in for Hammonds. Cluxton to Hammonds in the high post. Kohler gets it to Hammonds on the slip. Oh, that's a terrible call. Coach Kerrigan's going to get teed up. That is a terrible, terrible call. And we got a bench technical on the Lions. Now Coach Kerrigan is we're still having conversations over here as Flanagan goes in the line to shoot the technical. Makes it. Makes them both. It's really tough to overcome for the Lions now, that technical. Coach Kerrigan is very unhappy with that call. We're going to have some fouls here for the Lions. Franklin now with 8 fouls. Or the Mount now with 8 fouls. Franklin in the 1-and-1 with 45 seconds to go. Very tough way for this ball game to end. Everyone in the stands thought that was a flop for Franklin. Bostic misses the free throw, giving the Lions life. Cluxton has to go fast. He will. Kohler off to Hammonds to Lavender. Lavender in a tough spot. Lions got to go quicker than this. Hammonds to Collinsworth, lays it up and in, cuts it back to 4. It's just a 30-second timeout. Menninger checks in. Kratzer checks in. Lions, Coach Kerrigan putting defense in. Lions have 1 timeout left. The possession arrow does favor the Lions, should that come into play. Franklin is still just in the 1-and-1. Franklin get it into Hendricks. Lions quick double team. Franklin does a good job of breaking the pressure. Lions, why are we not fouling? We just wasted 6 seconds. It's Collinsworth and Kohler check back in. Makes the first. Let the ball get into the wrong young man's hand. Franklin calls their, well, they have 1 more timeout after that. Thought that was their final one of the game. It's just another 30-second timeout. They lead by 5 with 16 and a half to play. Flanagan at the free throw line has a team-high 19 points. Franklin 12 of 16 from the free throw line. Lions 11 of 18. Flanagan will shoot the free throw to try to put Franklin back up 6. Makes the second. Ball gets into Cluxton. Quickly breaks the pressure. Lavender from the right corner. Misses long. Hammonds had the tip. Oh, good play there by Franklin to get it ahead. That'll be the ball game. Franklin escapes with the win. We will try to bring some post-game interviews. Not positive if that's going to be possible today or not. If they are, please stick around for just a few minutes. Quickly to recap today's game, Franklin wins 62-56. Collinsworth leads the Lions with 20 points, 11 rebounds, double-double for the big fella. Lions shoot 20 of 42, 47%, 48% from the field, just 5 of 17, 29% from 3, 11 of 18, 61% from the free throw line. That's a big stat in this ball game. Once again, the Lions out-rebound an opponent 31-24, but unable to turn that into a victory. Another big stat in this ball game, 14 turnovers for the Mount, just 9 for Franklin. Leading Franklin was Flanagan with 20, 4 of 7 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. I do not believe we're going to be able to get post-game interviews today, so we will leave you with that final from Mount St. Joseph. Mount St. Joseph 56, Franklin 62. The Grizzlies get the win. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Mount St. Joseph Sports Network.